Hello my friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with a quick signature, an envelope flip that's part of a signature page. So this is actually for the 1,500 subscriber giveaway for the drawing that I did a while ago. Evie is the one that won the journal. So her request was to have kind of Victorian rose kind of themed journal. So, but I saw this kit. It's by Sam Poole, and it's these, they're like a Polaroid picture. They do have peonies in them, but the other elements I thought she would really like. So I'm going to be using these. This is from one called Peony something. And this one is a second kit by her that is called Shabby Photographs. So these ones are more neutral. These have that pop of color. So I'm going to go ahead and go for it and see what I think. I needed something to kind of kickstart me. I'm having trouble getting inspired, which often happens when I finish a journal. I have a really hard time transitioning to the next thing and finding something that is just a little bit more low key, low stress. So I'm going to go ahead and try this today. I will preface this by saying that I didn't make the ephemera that's going to go inside each of the envelope tucks. So this is the top of the envelope is open. I will do that off camera and include that in the photographs at the end of the video, just because I don't want the video to be too terribly long. Everything has already been cut out. I am going to allow as much of this coffee stained envelope to show. I just coffee stained these today while I was prepping some of the other pieces, and they were drying a bit slow, so I did pop them in my microwave. It worked fantastic, like no problem at all. I just watched it really carefully and they turned out really, really great. So I have my bins over here. These are my tiny scraps of paper and such, and these are my tiny scraps of textile stuff, because I do want to accent some of this just a little bit, maybe a little bit underneath these just to peek out, but not too much. So let me show you what we're doing here. So we have 3 envelopes. We have the large one, which will be the base, will be the bottom one. We have a side envelope, which is going to actually go, this is upside down, is going to go off to this side of the project, and then we have the tiny one that is going to go off of this one. This is the signature itself. So she actually sent me a couple of suggestions of kits that she really was drawn to on Etsy, so I did pick up a couple of those. So I hope that you like it, Evie. These go together beautifully. I thought they were really complementary to these pictures, other than the pink in the peony, but I just have to try it. I wanted to use this paper so bad, so I thought I would go ahead and do it. These are going to be for some pockets on the inside. So this is actually a signature page, which will be sewn into the journal. So the envelopes are going to work like this. So this one's gonna go here on the outside. This one is going to go here. And then the pockets are going to cover up this flap, but that will make more sense when we get to that point. There we go. And then the little one is going to go off of this one. So let's go ahead and get going. I did not do any of my inking, so I will go ahead and cut that out, and I'll be right back with you when I am done inking everything up. Okay, we're on the last thing to ink, so I will just chat with you for a moment. I did realize when I did this that I didn't print on the back, which I normally do, but I'm going to go ahead and just let it go, because there is a lot of, there's a benefit to leaving some white. I think it's very fresh and nice, so I'm going to go ahead and just let that be. And I'm inking around all of the envelope. I don't need to really worry about the flaps because they're not going to show. But I get mixed up on my envelopes, so I'm going to be paying some close attention here. We will probably have to do some gluing to make sure that all the bits of those envelopes are glued, because when you coffee dye, oftentimes things come undone. So just finishing up here. Okay, let me get this crummy mess off my desk here. It's so nice to sit here in the new studio, you guys. It's so nice. So nice. Let's start with the base, just because then we know. Well, we have to start with the base before we put the pockets on, though, because that would be bad. So let's get the biggest envelope going on here. So I'm just going to set that right there. And we're going to go ahead and put this one together. So the first thing that we're going to do is check for gluing issues. So let me just get my glue uncapped here. Goodness. So yeah, well, no, that's okay. These all stayed pretty good, but we do want to glue this side shut. Actually, no, we don't, because that is going to be the pocket. So let's just go ahead and put this paper on the back. Sorry, I feel like I'm all wonky here. So we're going to go ahead and glue that on, and as I've talked before, we do have to make sure that we retain the pocket, so, or the opening for the pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue here. Hopefully this art glitter glue is going to behave. So I'm just going to put this all down this edge, and then along this edge. I like to do the edges first, because then I don't have to think about that again. Because we do want it all across here. Whoops, not really there though. Okay. It's a little bit rough. And then we can go ahead and just fill in all the rest of this. Probably should get my bigger art glitter glue out when we're covering this bigger area, but that's okay. Hopefully this is going to work okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this edge of the paper as well, just to kind of give a little bit of extra oomph there. That's going to go on this edge. So I'm lining it up here, not too close to that, oh goodness. I'm going to have to trim this off. I can already see. Not too close to that fold, but it looks like we're, oh, not too bad. We've got a little bit of a hangover there, but I like to get my ruler in here right away to make sure that our pocket is all right. So let me check that really quick. Everything looks to be good. I'm going to move my camera a little bit. It feels like we're just not very close to each other here. There we go. So that looks good. And let me go ahead and just trim this little bit off. I was at Ross earlier today, and they had these scissors, 2 pair for $3.99, and my scissors are all crap. Like, they're just sticky scissors. Every sticker is a sticky scissor. So okay, so that's our top. I need to get a little bit more in here. It's wanting to come up there. See if that's better. We won't, I'm gonna be making things off camera to stick in there. I'm not gonna, shall we put a pull on there, or a, yeah, pull? I think so, because it's going to be a, you know, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and whatever I make in there, I'll have it stick out enough that we'll know what it is. Sorry, out of practice. Oh my goodness. Okay, so then the front, we want to do, let's go ahead and put this on just so we have this part done. So this is going to go on the envelope like that. So when it flips open, we've got that beautiful print that matches that. I think it's just lovely. And then we can get the pockets on as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to put glue on this flap. And I'm just eye-spying it edge to edge to make sure that we're mostly straight there. There we go. I'm just going to close that over, give it a push. Oops. There we go. Come on. It's okay. So that is the back side. Oh, that doesn't work. Huh. I wonder if I did this backwards. I think I might have, because that is not going over enough. We pull that up. That's okay. That's all right. So when we get to this, I'll probably put a pocket on this side. I did not cut another one. I suppose we could put one of these here for now, just to, oh, that is terrible, Cara-Renee. Can we pull this up without destroying everything? I don't think so. Boy, that's a bummer. I was not paying very good attention to that edge. Let's see if we can fudge it a little bit. It's all right. Because I don't think I really want, yeah, a side pocket would work because we're just going to put journal cards in. So let me go ahead and put this one on here. It was not what it was for. It was supposed to be for the inside, but we'll just cut another one for that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on the 3 sides. I already did put a thumb notch on it. And again, some of this ephemera will be made off camera because otherwise this project would be way too long. So let's go ahead and put this on as best we can. I don't mind imperfections like that sticking out. You can see that, the edge of that envelope, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. It's not a big deal. At all. So that's a pocket there on the back side of the signature. So again, signature, it's going to be sewn into the journal here. This will be the back side, and then we will have pockets on here, but I think we'll just wait on that because I'll need to cut another one, but that's all right. So now what we need to do is I'm going to put this image on here, and I want a bunch of that, the coffee dyed paper to show because I think it's really pretty, but I do want a little bit of lace and such. So I'm going to pull this over here really quick and see what we've got in here for lace. I should have pulled this out before I turned the camera on. That's all right. Here's a piece of something pretty. I don't want a lot of frou-frou-ness, just a little bit, kind of like that. So I think what I'll do is I'll put this on the back of the image here. So I'm going to get my Fabri-Tac out. Seems to be gummed up again. And I'm just going to try to get this on straightish, like that. I can just trim off the excess here. I'm just going to get a paper towel to press that down. Let's just take a peek and see if it looks straight from the top. Looks pretty darn good. This could go down a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and trim this off. Maybe these will trim because they're new. Ah, beautiful. Nice. So that's just a little bit of lace there, which I think is actually kind of enough here. I really want to keep this simple, so I think we're going to go ahead and just let that be enough. And because this image takes up more of the envelope than some of the other ones, so that's another reason for that. I'm going to continue with my Fabri-Tac because I think it's going to play nicer today. It's warm outside, so that might be why we're having glue issues. So I'm just going to go ahead and use it to get this on my envelope. It's struggling too. Okay, so we're just gonna get this. I'm trying to get it kind of even though on the actual coffee dyed envelope here, but that is absolutely gorgeous, just like that. Really wanting to keep this simple, as I mentioned. I picked some words out too from my stash, so let me see. I think I want this one, the earth laughs in flowers. So I do want another piece of something there to, oh, here's another piece of that lace. That would be perfect. And we'll put some underneath the sentiment here. There we go. I'm going to put this on and then I can always trim it off here. Let me ink this up really quick. I often get asked where I get my sentiments. Unfortunately, I made the mistake of putting them all together when I cut them all out, and I don't know where I got them all. But you can search on Etsy for just junk journal sentiments, junk journal quotes, inspirational words, journal words, things like that will help you find what you're looking for. So I'm just going to put that on there. Again, we can trim it so that it's all nice and even. I find that's the easiest way to do it. I do want it hanging over. Let me just trim that all the way to the end there. I like that. It's a nice touch. Yes. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Let's get that on there. Really simple. My last journal, the Beloved Beauty Journal, which I'm not sure if you'll see that video, the flip through, after I do this video or post this video or not, but it is a chunky one. And so I'm going to try to be a little bit more frugal with things on this journal for Evie. So that is the first one. So beautiful. I love it. So then the second envelope, oh, wait a minute. Oh, we have a pocket on the back. I forgot about the pocket. So, excuse me. This is one of the papers, one of the photographs from the Shabby photographs. Evie is a quilter, I believe, and so when I saw this, I mean, I love it because I saw it on a video, and I was like, oh my goodness, I've got to put this in this journal. So isn't that just precious? So I just used it. You can use your digitals however you want. This is actually supposed to be a photograph because it's got that bottom edge like the old Polaroid, but I thought it was perfect as a pocket, so we're going to go ahead and put it as a pocket there. So I'm going to go ahead and use my art glitter glue, hopefully. Hopefully it's going to behave. Seems to be adjusting. I turned the air off. It's not as hot today as it's been this week. It was about 99 degrees yesterday. So it's pretty crazy. I live in Washington State, so that's kind of, I mean, it's not unusual anymore, but it is high temps for us. So we have that, and then I have this image, which is also from the Shabby Photographs kit. And again, it's not backed with coffee dyed paper, but I'm okay with that. I'm just going to stick that in there. And then, oh, I think that this this tag was supposed to go in this one. So let's go ahead and arrange that as well. I just got a little bit of something to put on the front of this, like so. I think I'm going to round the corners of the bottom of this tag just because my corners are rounded on the card. I purchased this little punch thing. Not super impressed with it, but yeah, it made these on the top of this, which is fine, but it didn't do exactly what I thought, which is not uncommon for me, so I don't always pay attention to the details. So I'm not going to worry about, you know, doing too much sprucing up on this. This is not a pocket or anything. It's just going to be it's just another layer on the tag. So we're just going to stick her on. Like so, and I'm just going to kind of move it towards the bottom a little bit, and I do need to ink those corners again since I trimmed them. Let me do that really quick. And I love what the Vintage Photo ink is doing to this whole kit, or all of these papers. So, and then I cut this because it matches that other paper. I thought it was really fun. I like to use this to make tabs or pulls on tags. So, and then another thing I love to do is cut out one of these little flowers, or maybe we'll just do this and see what we can do with this piece of lace. So it's because it's going to go like that. It could go like that. Put a little piece of lace on there. I think so. Let's go ahead and put it on first, and then we can decide. I'm going to use my art glitter glue here. So I just put glue all the way on that, you know, on both sides, covering it all, and then I just put this on about there so that we've got a little bit of it sticking up, which I think is beautiful. And then I don't think I want this to go over the edge, so I think I'm going to trim it off, but I'm going to glue it on first just because I think that's going to be easier. Still feeling quite fatigued from my COVID adventures. Unfortunately, it's just hanging on, but it's all right. I love that. Absolutely love that. I almost am tempted. I wonder if I have handy here anything that I could just make a little sweet little flower to go on there. I think I do. Here's a little heart punch, or a little flower punch. Let me find one of the scraps from what I've already done here. And oh, here we've got a circle. I'll just use this and just get that in there. Oh yeah. Sure, why not? Actually, do I want to do that? Yeah, I do. It's different. It's not what I normally would do, but that's okay. I'm pretty much a matchy-matchy person, and so even though I think this is interesting, the fact that this doesn't match the flowers is a problem for me. And I figure this is light enough that it can still be journaled on the back, so we're going to go ahead and stick this in here as well, behind that other card, like so. And let's get on with the second envelope. This is taking forever. I might speed through some of the gluing and such here just to not keep you guys too long. You can see what I'm doing easily enough. So this envelope is going to go on like this. Uh-oh. Shoot. No, it's not. Oh my goodness, goodness, goodness. This happens to me all the time, you guys. I had this all figured out. So, shoot. Okay. I should have done that. I should have put that all under here. I wonder if we could open that up. You know what? That's what we're going to do. There is always a workaround, you guys, so don't fret. To come back and try to do an envelope shenanigan is risky because they're challenging for me anyway, but I think this is going to be fine. So I'm still going to let that be the opening on this envelope, but I'm going to stick this other envelope in like this. And we're going to actually assemble the other envelope on top of this before we move on. So that one goes there. And the little one goes here. So, and actually it's going to go inside of this, inside of the envelope here, the opening that I created. So that's going to be a safer thing. So let's go ahead and start with this one. Just put this little envelope in there. Goodness gracious. You guys have seen me do this before. Just, I'm such a routine person too. If I'm not in the studio doing this regularly, it is a challenge, you know? It's just a challenge. Keep my head on straight. So there we go, there's that. And I'm just gonna press that on the inside. So there is that, we're all good there. That's what I should have done on the other one. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the same with this one. I'm gonna use my art glitter glue just because I wanna make sure that I have an opportunity to move it if I need to. Because you can move these things when you use the art glitter glue. So this is going to go like this inside of here. And I'm going to again try to center it. And I'm gluing it to the underside of this where I'm pointing. Like that. And again, just I-spying, trying to get it as much in the center as possible. Like that. And I'm just going to press. And I'm going to flip that, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my fingers in there to make sure we don't have any excess glue. And now that that is on there, we can glue this shut again. That was just pure silliness on my part, you guys. Sorry, I'm off camera a little bit here. Goodness gracious. There we go. Just press that down. Awesome possum. There's a workaround, guys. We don't have to panic. I think that's one of the things I struggled early on in my art, especially as I've had my channel and things, is kind of panicking when things don't go well. And then I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. You know, it's trash. I got to throw it away. And I don't. I just need to pause and think about what's the worst thing that can happen. What are the possibilities for fixing it? And then I just go on. This looks to be a little bit big here. What's the deal? We can trim it off, that's okay. So again, because this is a pocket, I'm gonna just put my bead of glue here and then around, and then I can fill in all of this other area here with the glue. So I'm gonna use the art glitter glue again, just because it's more friendly. I like it better. And then I can get a lot on really fast when I really get going on it. Okay, and I'm just going to get a little bit on those little tabby parts that are part of that flap. And then I'm just going to go to town on the center here. Get that really glued down well. Perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and just turn this so that it's comfortable for me, because I'm mostly thinking about this edge here, because I can trim off everything else, right? And I can move this, so I'm not concerned about that. So I'm just going to rub my finger down there. I'm going to get my paper towel. Looks like I could go over a little bit there. The beauty of art glitter, of Fabri-Tac here, I was able to nudge that over really easily. And so again, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my pocket is okay. So I'm just use my little metal ruler like that. And this is looking a little bit weird. So what I might do off camera is I might put a piece of paper here just to cover that up. I'm not too concerned about it. It doesn't have to be perfect. So that's the back side. And on the back side we had a pocket. So we have this little pocket, and then we've got a little card. So let's go ahead and put that in. And ink it up. I think these ones are from my porch prints. Do we want that on there? I think so, and I think with a little bit of pink, we can throw some pink something in there. What do you think? Maybe not that. Hold on. Got this as well. Nice and soft. I'm just going to get my paper towel over here and glue again just directly on the lace, and then I can trim it. It's easier for me. Well, I'm going to kind of go over this way so I don't waste too much of it. Okay, I'm just going to trim it off. You know I like my lace, or at least you know that if you've been watching me. If you're new, I like my lace. And I like my layers. Layers are super important to me. So, shall we put that right there? I think so. I think that's lovely. We have one more envelope and then we'll be done. Again, I will be doing additional ephemera off camera to go into the actual pockets that we created in the envelopes themselves. So that is that. Oh, I guess we need to put this on the front. So again, I don't want to go too overboard, so I think I'm going to get a piece of this lace and put it on the side here. So let me see if I've got a big enough piece in here. I might have to, oh, I do have loads of it. This is not a scrap, you guys. Not a scrap, but I have a lot of this lace because it's one of my favorites, and I get it at Hobby Lobby when it's when their lace is all 50% off. So yeah, it's pretty neat. So I'm gonna get that paper towel again. Goodness gracious, put that down. I know that's hard for you guys to see, and then I'm just gonna I'm gonna line this up here. I'm hoping to. I like to get it so that the points here, like here, sorry, here and here, kind of are in the same proximity as best that I can. So I'm just going to put some Fabri-Tac on this one edge to start with. And then I can do some adjusting. Oh, no, that's the wrong side. Wrong side. That's okay. Let me just wipe this off really quick. This image is a little tricky for some reason for me because it's not very distinct to me. But that's just user error. So it goes this way. So no, it doesn't. It goes this way. Yeah, it's this way. This is the top. So let me try that again. Gonna get some. This is all glopped up. Glue doesn't like the heat. I turned the air off, is what I was trying to say earlier. I did turn the air off just to so that you didn't have the noise in the background, because it sits literally like 4 feet from me, so it can be a little bit distracting. Is that right? Yeah, this is right, because then the flowers would be upside down. Goodness gracious. I'm going to put it right about there. And I just put the glue about to here on the paper so that I can trim the rest of that off. We don't need all of that. So I'm going to get my scissors and I'm going to trim off the sides first. Actually, let me just roughly cut that because I need to be able to have something to grab onto here. So I'm just going to cut this off here. And as you can see, none of this goes to waste. I actually use all of these bits in projects, so I don't throw any of that away. There we go. Now it's a little more manageable to trim off the edges, like so. Perfect. So then, oh, I just did it backwards. Oh my goodness, Renee. Shoot. You know, I just amaze myself sometimes, but again, thanks to Fabri-Tac, we are just going to move it on to the other side. I had it right the first time because the flowers need to go like that, and I want the lace on this side, so that was just pure silliness on my part. So let me do that again. Aren't you glad that we don't have to be perfect? I sure am. So let me get that back on there, and then I'm just going to turn it over so I can see that it's even like I want it to be. Somehow it's longer on this edge now. Not sure how that happens, but we will figure it out. My fingers are sticky, so I'm sticking to stuff. There we go. Whew. Okay. So now it can go on here. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac as well again. Okay, so we're getting to the last envelope here. That cluster took a little bit longer than I had hoped, but I think it's adorable. So let's get this last one in. So we need to be thinking about the back again because this is a tuck spot. It's going to open here. So let's go ahead and get this glued. I'm going to run a bit of glue, whoops, right here. Should be good. And we're going to put this on here, as close to that as I can get it, and as even as I can get it, like so. Everything looks to be cut pretty straight, just as I say that. I look. Goodness gracious. Okay, let's trim that up. A little bit crooked, that's okay. Just be careful when you do this that you don't slit your envelope open where you don't want it open. So this one is just going to have a little bit of, like, not a belly band, but just a little bit of a embellishment here just to go across that, which I think it would be lovely to put some lace under that as well. And I'm going to put it directly on this lace again. If the video is too long, you guys, please feel free to speed me up. I don't sound horrible if you speed me up to 2 times the normal speed, so please don't feel like you can't do that. So I'm going to try to cut this as straight as possible because this is actually going to be sticking out. This I can cut flush to the edge of that. And then this I want approximately the same distance. Again, perfection is not at play in my studio, as I demonstrate every time I turn the camera on. Oh, beautiful. I love that. Okay, so we're going to glue that down. It's not a belly band or anything. It's just decorative in nature. I just thought it was different. So it's going to kind of go down here because my circle, that's my other bit of an embellishment, is going to go right here. And so I just cut another one of the cards like so, and I'm just going to stick that there. It's not a tuck or anything. It could be. I might leave it open at the top just because I can. So I'm going to go ahead and just pencil a line here. Let's see. Do I want to do that? Nope, I'm just going to glue it down. I'm going to uncomplicate it for myself. And so again, we're just about done. I will finish the ephemera and you'll be able to see that in the final photos at the end of the video. As you're watching now, they will be there at the end. So the only other thing that I have is to put, oh, we're a little bit bunched up there. What's going on there? Didn't have enough room there apparently. If we can pull that at all. Nope. Okay, well, it's all right. It is what it is. That's a bummer though. I didn't pay very much attention to that. That shouldn't have been, maybe I can push that over a little bit. It's helping a little bit, but not entirely. But that's okay. Perfection. Can't have perfection. Perfection is a trap. It's a trap. Don't fall for it. Probably what I'll do is maybe I'll put some ribbon or something around that. I'm not sure. So this is going to go on the front of this, just right there. So nothing fancy. I think I will put a little bit of that lace just because we've been doing that. But maybe a different part of it, like maybe this edge. What do you think? I think so. Except, yeah, I think so. Let me get my paper towel over here. So So again, I'm going to glue this edge. Try not to waste, so I'm going to go up here like so. I want a little bit more of that showing than just that tiny edge. So let's see. Yeah, like so. I'll trim that off. I like my lace, in case I didn't mention that before. I love, love, love lace. When I redid the studio though, I used to have a lot of lace in here. I did eliminate most of that. I've got a couple little doilies around, but for the most part it's not like that. So I love that. Yes, let's glue this on, and then we just have one more word and then we're done. I need to go throw some chicken in the oven for some salads for the next couple of nights. There we go. Again, just going to try to gauge that we're, you know, approximately in the middle all the way around on that, like so. And that is our little envelope signature flip thing. Something feels crooked here, but I can't figure out what it is. Something's crooked though. That's okay. So it flips up, open, open, gorgeous. And then again, I will off camera, I will put 2 more pockets on the inside of here, and I'll do the other ephemera, and then you'll see that at the end of the video. Thanks so much, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.